Hey all, we are here today with another book tag.
Because it's Tuesday.
I don't think it is.
Tag, that means it's Tuesday.
I don't know, everyone's been doing the tags
When
on
you do
Fridays
tags,
lately.
You throw out the calendars.
I think this I got from Man with a Hat Who Reads, but everybody I know has been doing this, but that's where I saw it most recently.
There's only one man who reads and has a hat.
Yep.
It's that guy.
It's that guy.
All
right. Number one, we haven't planned, we haven't even read these prompts.
I never know anything.
But it's called
continue.
I'm So Annoyed, so it felt like something Sir Chonk would
Right in my wheelhouse.
would thrive at. Oh, by the way, Taylor Swift has a new album. Did you know?
Yes, the box in our room that announces shit announced it like 35 times.
And then we also got emails from like everyone on the planet to tell us.
Yes.
And yeah, so
Yes.
in case you didn't know.
New Taylor Swift album, Dead Poets Society, starring Robin Williams.
No, that's a movie.
Oh.
Okay. All right. So anyway, what annoys you? Or I'm annoyed or something like that. Things that annoy us. Sir Chonk.
Long video.
Yeah, settle in. If this didn't have prompts, I would just be like, Sir Chonk, and then he would talk for 4 hours. All right, number one. Do publishers do things you find annoying? Share an example. Would you like to go first?
Sure. I guess there's many things. I would say one small thing is when they have the book jacket copywriter person. They write the copyright sort of like to try and
copy,
blur.
not copyright.
Sorry, you're right, the copy. I feel like they often didn't read the book and just got like some kind of summary from someone who also didn't read the book, and they write some idiotic nonsense, and you're like, this has nothing to do with this story. What the hell? Also, they be like changing titles and shit all the time on people, and just like, I don't know, it's awful. I can't stand them.
Yeah, I was going to say that was going to be mine was how, like, oh, a twisty thriller. And then it's like 3 people sitting around talking about their, like, romance and stuff. And I'm like, what is this? This is not a twisty thriller at all.
Yeah.
Or
a dark murder mystery about the inner turmoil of humanity. And it's about, like, 2 sisters who go to a picnic and, like, lose, like, a shoe or something.
Yeah. Or they're, like, in the vein of Gone Girl because there's, like, a girl in it. And I'm like, yeah, I'm like, this isn't really in the vein of a Gone Girl. But the other thing that really annoys me, and this is just probably from as a writer, but also as a reader, is there's this tendency to be like, here's the one book we're going to push, and then it gets all this hype, and half the time it's like somebody who's like Stephen King already, so like he's already going to get the hype, and then it's like, did other books come out this year? You know you publish more than one book a year, right? And it's like, oh, Taylor Swift wrote a book. Like, Taylor Swift has an album, if you didn't know. But, like, you know what? Who doesn't need marketing at this point? Taylor Swift. Like, someone could just casually whisper into the air, Taylor Swift has a new album. And you know what would happen? Everyone would, it would go platinum in 14 seconds.
Nobody cares about Jamiroquai's new album, Hats.
I don't think Jamiroquai has new albums.
Well, we wouldn't know if he would he? Would we?
Right. I mean, I think Jamiroquai's still more famous than, like, small girl who, like, has a song.
My friend Steve, maybe they have a new album out.
Yeah, you don't know who my friend Steve is. I don't think they're still a band, probably.
They might or might not be, but we're not going to know.
Right.
Because Big Swift is taking up all the marketing.
Right, and it's the same thing with publishing, though. It's like, do you need to have, like, banner ads about Stephen King's new book on, like, every single website? Or maybe you could have, I don't know, a debut novelist that, like, we haven't heard about. Or, like, a smaller, like, lesser-known horror writer. I mean, probably it's got a Stephen King blurb on the cover because, he, like, blurbs, like, my local pizza place.
He just goes into Barnes & Noble with a stamp. He just stamps in front of his book.
Right. It's like, best pizza. It was good, says Stephen King. He didn't blurb my book, so there's that.
Well, you got to pay him to do it.
I don't think you have to pay him. I think you just have to know somebody who knows somebody.
Well, I think you have to pay him also.
Oh, no, I don't think so. I think you just have to know someone who knows his agent or his editor.
Really? I think people get paid for blurbs.
They don't.
Really?
I can tell you they do not.
Oh, I thought they did.
No, but it's all just who you know. So, anyway, like that's how you get them. You get them by having the same agent or editor, basically, or someone owes your agent or editor a favor.
All right.
That's exciting. Well, anyway, so apparently a lot of favors.
Dan, does that help?
Who?
Dan.
Dan?
Yeah, he's not famous. He's just a guy I work with. I know him.
Did he write a book?
No, but you said it's about people you know, and I know Dan.
Well, Dan doesn't have a book, but if Dan does, Sir Chuck will be like, best book from somebody named Dan that I know.
Right.
It's not Dan Brown, is it?
No, it's not Dan Simmons either.
Oh, that's good, because isn't he a racist now?
Oh, I don't know, probably.
Or homophobic?
Something about it is weird.
Anyway, so that was one question. Number 2, have you ever been annoyed by a spoiler, even something as simple as someone telling you there's a twist?
Yes, because what happens is, whenever the person next to me knows about a thing that I don't know, and I'll specifically be like, do not tell me anything. It's like, oh, I'm not going to say anything, just this one thing, like, don't tell me anything. No, it's not important. She's supposed to, like, Steve kills Bill. That's all. That's, like, the main twist. And she's like, oh, oops. I'm like, what the hell? And she does it every time.
I do not do it every time.
Book, the dessert that's coming out, what color jacket the cat's wearing. It doesn't matter what it is. She finds a way to spoil
do not.
it. Yes, you do.
Although, we saw Armageddon, spoiler, and we were waiting to watch it, and I ran to the bathroom, and these 2 old ladies were in there, and they were like, I can't believe Bruce Willis died. And of course, the first thing I do is come into and I go, so these 2 old women just ruined the movie for me. They go, I can't believe Bruce Willis died. He's like, you needed to tell me?
Right. That's a great example of a real-life example of the kind of thing that she does all the time. She's like, oh, man, this really ruined it for me. Let me go make sure I can also ruin it for Sir Chonk and everyone else.
Anyway.
Oh, no, there's a hair in my salad. Let me vomit all over all of your meals.
That just reminds me, we had this friend who used to be like, ew, this tastes like feet. You want to try it?
Yeah, this is disgusting. Give it a shot.
You're like, no, you're supposed to taste. Anyway.
That's bad marketing.
One thing I don't like when people tell me that I'll never guess the ending.
It's going to be an amazing twist, and then you can figure it out in like 3 pages.
As soon as you tell me that, I'm going to spend the whole time trying to figure it out, and then I'm going to figure it out 99% of the time. Do not tell me. Do not tell me there's a twist. That's another thing publishers do. Don't tell us there's twists. I mean, that makes it better when we don't know to anticipate a twist. Anyway, so yes, I'm annoyed by spoilers.
Even though you spoil everything you can.
I try not to.
No, you try to.
Number 3, have you ever been annoyed by what you discovered in a little free library, book sale, or used bookstore, and why?
Yes, I once found Roger Rabbit wedged in between several books in a free book library. I was like, who trapped this rabbit in here?
He was framed?
Yes, he was. You ruined the joke.
Oh.
All right, let's move on.
Spoiler.
See? Spoiling everything. Jesus.
I would say...
I didn't say the punchline.
What was it? Because he was framed?
Who framed Roger?
Oh, I didn't know I didn't know it was an actual joke.
I mean, I was making it up as I go, but still you ruined it.
Anyway, I think what annoys me is when they put books where they don't belong. So it's like horror, and they have like a Danielle Steele book over there, and I'm like, Danielle Steele is not horror. Why are you putting her? Because again, it's just going to annoy me, because if I didn't know who Danielle Steele was and I lived under a rock, I would be like, what is this? And I would be like, ooh, it's got a picture of Rome on the cover. It must be a horror set in Rome.
And then you could read the blurb, but the blurb wouldn't help you, as we discussed previously.
Right. Well, the blurb of Danielle Steele books is just her picture on the back.
Right, or something like, a young woman experiences peril, and you're like, okay, and that's like pretty vague, but like,
Right, then you're like, what is this? This is a romance novel. Yeah. I don't know. I guess that's it. I don't get annoyed by things in like free libraries or used bookstores, because I'm just happy that they're, I guess when people like price things like, ooh, this is an old Stephen King edition from the 80s. Yeah, but it was mass produced by the like millions, and they're like $28, and you're like, this is a 40-cent book.
Yes. It's a free library, though, so who cares?
No, I was saying in a used bookstore.
Oh. Yeah, used bookstores are just meant to be chaos. It's fine.
Yeah, that's my favorite. I like when it's chaos, because then you get better discoveries. All right, number 4. When it comes to short story collections, are you annoyed if there's a novella in the middle?
No, I don't mind. I like when they kind of mix up, like, the thing. I guess what I don't like too much, if it's, like, all novellas, It's a short story collection. It's like 6 stories. They're all 100 pages long. I'm like, this is not a short story
It's a novella collection.
Yeah.
Stephen King.
Yeah, he does it a couple times. But no, I don't mind because I think it's good when this one's 8 pages. This one's 35. This one's 120. I'm fine with that.
I am not. If there's going to be a novella and a short story collection, I want it at the beginning or end so I can be in novella reading mode and then in short story reading mode. Because it's a different, mindset. I'm like, okay, it's only 20 pages.
You gotta read the word sideways for a novella, right?
Well, no, but, when you read, a lot of times when you're reading short stories, you're like, oh, I'm just going to read this between this thing, or I'm going to read this, and then I'll go and, run the dishes or whatever. But then, suddenly it's a...
comedy.
Shut up. I did the last 2 or 3 loads of dishes. And then...
66,000.
It was and then it's 123 pages, and you're like, well, so much for that. All right. 5, deckled edges, beautiful or annoying? That's when it's cut weird, right?
The hell's a deckled
or
edge?
Or colored. I don't know. I think it's when they're cut odd, off, they're not even.
Is that that thing in the select cards where they have the weird cuts?
No, it's the pages aren't all flush. They're different lengths.
Why would they do that?
Because it looks neat. I don't know. I like it.
Oh, I don't.
Or colored. Maybe it's when they're all they're colored red or black or gold.
Okay, I don't really know what a deckled edge is. If they're all uneven, then that's dumb as hell.
All old books have
those. They just have cool colors on the end, I'm down with that. Color the edges if you want. But if you're just deliberately making your stuff all crooked, then I say
it's those old books, and then you have to cut the page.
Why would you? No,
those where they're stuck together.
Oh, you unfold a page?
Yeah.
That's annoying. That's dumb.
Anyway. Oh, by the way, did you see there's a new Folio Society, Strange and Norrell, with, I think, Neil Gaiman intro and Charles Vess art?
I didn't get that detail. I did get an email telling me that there was a Strange and Norrell book.
Yeah, it came out. Or it hasn't come out yet. I think it comes out next week.
I didn't know that Neil Gaiman and Vess were involved.
Yeah.
It's a lot of my favorite people.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, they might suck as people. It's a lot of people that I like the work they do on stuff.
Right. Neil Gaiman and Charles Vess did the Stardust graphic novel.
Yeah, Charles Vess is great.
I like Charles Vess. We don't get enough of him. All right, number 6. Do other people's annotations in a used book or library book annoy you, or are you okay with it?
It depends on how stupid the person is. I don't mind generally a few annotations, and even if the person's pretty damn stupid, it's kind of fun. But if they have a lot of annotations and they're really dumb, it annoys me because I can't not read them. So it'll be I'm pretty sure Bartholomew here has a crush on Cindy. I'm they're brother and sister. They hate each other. What the hell are you talking about, stupid? But I still have to read everything I see. So it gets really annoying. If people have really lengthy annotations too, they're scribbling all over the place, I'm still tilting books and be okay, so nope, this is just his grocery list. He wrote his grocery list on page 72. I'm still reading it.
I love it. I actually think it adds to books. That's why I write in books. I love used.
You also have a lot of dumb annotations.
Well, no, I don't. I love buying used books, and you find letters tucked in, or
I like when there's a receipt and it's Jean-Luc's grocery, and so he had a head of lettuce and an orange juice. Way to be healthy, Jean-Luc.
In 1971 or something. Yeah, it's just really I just think it makes it's a whole story in itself. It's just I don't know. I'm I love when there's notes at the beginning where it's they wrote a note to someone or they dedicated it to somebody.
What about just arbitrary math?
Yeah, sometimes there's someone's phone number, and you're always what if I called this random person right now?
And I do. And the phone's out of service.
A lot of my books from when I was little that I still have I love, and it would be who I was who I had a crush on for 5 minutes. And then I've crossed it out 150 times. So there's 30 different people.
You were a bit of a harlot, to be honest.
My crushes didn't last very long. I get annoyed with people very quickly.
Well, that's why. Hey, wait, perfect for this tag.
Right. Number 7. If there's a series or a collection of certain kind of books and changes are made, are you annoyed or okay with it?
What do you mean?
I don't know what that means, but if you mean if the covers look different or they're different sizes, yes, that irritates the hell out of me. Just have it consistent. You can then release a new set, but don't do it in the middle, because if I'm buying those stupid, hideous, City of Bones, Mortal Instruments covers with the half naked boy and then the girl but like with the headless people, and then you decide to release one with like a different cover, it's very irritating. Or if it's like when their sizes don't line up, because like if you're buying a series, you want them to all have that like uniform look on the bookshelf, and if they don't, it's very frustrating. I don't know what other kind of change they mean.
Yeah, I don't think I care about that so much, what you're complaining about. I feel like a change for me is when like someone's writing a series and then someone gets like murdered by a pterodactyl or something and they die, and like, well, let's just have Bert finish the
like
series.
how Brandon Sanderson finished The Wheel of Time.
I don't want to do that. You just didn't get finished. That's all. Like, I don't want Christopher Tolkien walking in, finishing George R. R. Martin books or whatever the hell he's going to do. Just like, it's over. The person died. That's just how it goes.
Yeah, that's kind of like Sue Grafton didn't finish. She got to Y, and then she died. And her family was like, we're not doing Z. And, like, I actually really respect that, because I don't want, like, even no matter how good a person is, even if it's someone I love as a mystery writer, and, like, even if she had tons of notes, she didn't write it. And, like, I mean, again, unless she had left, like, 90% of it and it was basically done, someone just needed to edit it.
I just print that junk and don't write the book.
Yeah, but, like, what ends up happening is, like, the tone changes, like, because the person's writing style
it's not that person's story.
Right.
So, like, you can end it yourself. So, like, the person dies, you want an ending, write your own ending. You don't have to write it, just make it up.
Right.
Okay? Like, for example...
It's just basically published fanfic.
Yeah, Sue Grafton, she didn't write Z, so they made that film Dogtown and Z-Boys, which is, a Sue Grafton novel. Oh, wait, maybe...
No.
It's not
That's a documentary, isn't it?
Oh, right, about, like, skateboarding, I think,
yeah.
actually, so...
All right, number 8.
Not that much murder mystery.
Do the decisions of characters in a novel ever annoy you? Share the book and the decisions you found annoying. Buckle in, folks.
All right, we ain't got the kind of time that would be required for this type of situation. But, dear God, the answer is yes. I get actively annoyed at what fake people do.
At like 99% of books.
Most books infuriate me at some point. Some to such a degree that it becomes almost comical in retrospect, where it's like a character does a thing, and you're like, okay, I know you're a fake person character, but you've done these things previously. What you're doing now make no damn sense. Or new characters introduced entirely for a plot device, so they make incredibly stupid decisions just to forward the plot. Or you're a writer, I'm not going to say who, and you're infatuated with a character that's so unrealistic and stupid.
Named Holly?
Shut up.
Or Molly?
Let's say her name is Shkagakli Malouche. And you don't have a clue what you're talking about?
You mean it's Molly Bibney?
I have nothing else to say. This is forget it. Yes is the answer. I hate most things.
I would say, yeah, because the thing for me, like, I've mentioned this many times on our videos, is like the most important thing in books for me is authenticity. Like, your character can do dumb things. Your character can make bad decisions. Your character can be somebody I would think I would not want to be around in real life, as long as it feels authentic to the person that you are writing. But do not then just decide, oh, this plot isn't going the way I want, so I'm just going to throw this thing in and have them do this thing out of character. Or I don't know anything about, oh, this character is a teacher, and now suddenly they're going to be like, I don't know, smuggling drugs or something.
It's a Carolism. So I'm going to use a non-book example. If anyone watches The Walking Dead, the character of Carol fluctuates so wildly over the course of the series. From first, she's a terrified person who's scared of everything. Then she's an insane killing machine. Then she's a sweet, nurturing mother figure. Then she just wants to make sure everyone's happy. Then she's a killing machine again.
And she's a love
Then
interest.
she's a complete oaf. Then she's a crybaby who can't do anything. She's afraid. It's like whatever they want to have happen in the plot, they just plug this character into, and they have nothing to do with the character at all. It's complete nonsense, and I hate when books basically manipulate. I mean, I know it's their own character, but like still, you have to work within the confines of what you've built up. So,
right.
Yeah, when you manipulate
introduce somebody else or something.
Right, do something, or just don't have stupid shit happen. Like, don't have girls get thrown out of trucks at 3 a.m. so the guys can rescue them for no reason. That's so
Billy Summers?
It's so stupid. I can't think.
Yeah, so the other thing I really, really hate, and I know we've talked about this before, and I've mentioned
cabbage
in many reviews.
I don't like cabbage.
But Okay. The thing that really, really annoys me, and this goes into authenticity, is like when you can tell a writer doesn't know like shit about like
oh my God.
trauma, or like anxiety or like mental illness, and they're just like, I have trauma, I have PTSD when I feel like it, and then the rest of the time I'm totally fine, and then suddenly trauma, or like, oh, I completely act out of character because I took a Xanax. That isn't how any of it works. And like, yes, people with mental illness can make decisions that maybe don't make sense. Or trauma can be very like debilitating and can interfere with things. Your anxiety can. But like, they shouldn't have anxiety when it's convenient, or trauma when it's convenient to the plot, and then they don't. And I'm not saying someone with PTSD has like PTSD 24 hours a day and all they do is think about their trauma. What I'm saying is that like, it's always part of who they are though. So they can't just be like, I have trauma. Oh, for like the next 100 pages, I'm totally fine and I've never thought about my trauma again. Oh, wait, now is it convenient for the story? Let me have trauma again. And like, just do some research if you don't know anything about those things. And if you do know things about that, remember you wrote your character. Like, I just read the series, Truly Devious series by, the first 3 by Maureen Johnson. And I'll say, like, she does such a good job of, like, the main character has anxiety. And, like, her panic attacks don't always happen. So sometimes she's going around doing the detective-y things, and, like, she's fine, and, like, she's not having panic attacks. And then panic attacks annoy her in the most inconvenient moments. And she mentions this, and she references it. And I was like, that's how you do it. Because it's not like anxiety turns on and off when it's convenient for your life. But it also needs to be, like, if you're writing that into your character, you better know, like, it needs to be there all the time as part of who they are, because it's just very, very annoying. And you can tell, like, a lot of people like to use it as, like, a plot device. Like, maybe right. Molly Bibney.
Right. And to be fair, if it's like really thin, light, dry piece of cabbage in a salad, I don't mind it. But if it's like cooked, then no, I really can't stand cabbage.
You like Napa cabbage.
You're a Napa cabbage.
You like it in stir fry.
As I just said, the little tiny shreds.
No, that's a different kind of cabbage.
Oh, I hate it. I know I love the word guamki. I hate guamki.
Is that? I thought that's stuffed peppers.
No, isn't it stuffed cabbage?
I don't know.
Whatever it is, it's gross as hell. But it's the name is great.
Why have you been lately turning our videos into food videos?
I'm trying to branch out. We're FoodTube now.
No, we're not FoodTube.
FoodTube, chomper chomper to chomp chomp. FoodTube. What?
Maybe we'll do a food video at some point.
Yeah, let's do a food video.
All right.
All about cabbage, which I don't think would be a big draw.
Nah. Maybe for like, what is it, the Hungarians? Are they the ones who love cabbage? Or
I
is
think
that
they like
beets?
goulash.
Yeah,
I don't know what goulash is. That's another good name. Maybe we'll just do my top 10 food names of foods I don't like.
I think goulash has
will be
cabbage
in
it.
Guamki will be in there. Jambalaya will probably be in there. Paella will definitely be in there. Bibimbap, I probably said that wrong. That'll probably be in there.
I think you like bibimbap.
I just like the name. This is about names.
Anyway, 9. Are you ever annoyed?
There's more. I thought we were done.
No.
Oh, jeez. I got off on cabbage for no reason.
We have 2 more. 9. Are you ever annoyed by how someone organizes their books?
I guess I don't really like if it's organized by title of the book, even though that's probably a pretty easy way to find it.
You mean alphabetically?
No, I want alphabetical by author. I don't want alphabetical by title of book.
Yeah, you should keep the author together.
Yeah, I want the authors together.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care that much because, like, you know, whatever, it's your books. But if I was going to get annoyed by something, I guess that'd be a thing. Or if they have a lot of books that, like, are from the same, like style. Like, they're, like, you know, they're all the same sort of, like, release. I don't know what to say. Like, they all like the same paperback style copy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, like imprint style.
Yeah, that thing. But they mix them all up. And, like, they split them all up. And, like, the whole point of these is having them together. Come on, bro. Or if they don't have enough cabbage in their bookcase.
One thing I find very annoying, and I apologize because I know a lot of you do it, is people who organize their books by color or for, like, aesthetic purposes. Because to me, I feel like you're focusing so much on the appearance of having books.
How are you going to find anything?
Well, also, I think you're focused so much on, like, presenting yourself as a book person than just being a book person. My books, on the other hand, are not organized. They're literally just, like, stacks and strewn about the place, and I try organizing them, and then every 2 seconds I'm like, because, yeah, I can't keep books organized. I used to have them alphabetical by author and stuff, but, like, I buy too many, and then I, like, they just get shoved into a shelf.
Mine are mildly organized. I have organized by, like, stuff I pretty much really want to read next, then, like, stuff I kind of want to read next, and then a bunch of other crap in a pile.
Yeah, mine are not organized, but that's just because we have too many books right now. But I don't like when
That's
things...
why we got to switch to FoodTube.
I think...
Flippity bop boop, a flippity flop floop. FoodTube.
What are you doing?
What? That's our new intro for FoodTube. Everybody's got those fancy intros. We'll just have like an animated vanilla ice cream cone, like doing some kind of like the Charleston across the screen while I sing that beautiful theme song. If you want to hear more of the theme song, don't say anything in the comments. That's how I'll know you want to hear more of it, because you won't say anything in the comments.
Okay. Anyway, I don't like...
So you can expect to hear more of it.
I don't like fakeness. All right, number 10. Share something bookish you find annoying.
When my book's made out of cabbage. And I'm like, this book smells, and it's falling apart. How am I supposed to read a book entirely made of cooked cabbage?
I would like to make sure you all are aware that Sir Chonk has never done a drug.
I don't do drugs, except cabbage, if cabbage is a drug.
Because imagine if he did.
I get that a lot. Are you on a lot of narcotics right now? And to which I say, I'm not telling you, jerk. You're probably a policeman.
He has never done a drug. He's had like 3 drinks in his life.
I had, like, when I was little, those little purple Dino Flintstone vitamins. So I think maybe that was... What's the question?
Something bookish that annoys you.
Oh. I guess when books are garbage and badly written. That's kind of vague and overreaching, but yeah. Or again, if they're made from cabbage.
You don't like audiobooks. And
we're talking about books. We're not talking about fake books.
You threw the gauntlet down last time and being like, I will start this controversy and stir this pot.
Come at me, bro. They ain't real books. All right, you didn't read that.
I just found out people listen to them on like 2 and 3 times speed too.
Yeah, that's not anything. Okay. That's like if I just kind of flip through a book and go, good enough. I looked at all the pages, read it.
Cheating!
Get out of here with your fake reading. Well, I was making a flan while I was listening to Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Something. I can't remember his name because I was distracted by my flan. Yeah, because you didn't read the damn book.
Please don't get offended.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit? That's the punchline I didn't get to deliver earlier.
I don't know if anything bookish annoys me. I think we've covered it. Probably a lot of things annoy me, but this has gone so far off the rails.
Is that books don't have catchy enough intro themes, like our FoodTube intro theme. Which again, if you loved it and you want to hear more of it, don't say anything in the comments.
Wait, what?
This way, I'll know to constantly sing the BookTube theme. FoodTube theme. Cabbage.
I thought the theme. Aren't you gonna sing it?
No, they have to request it by not saying anything.
That doesn't make any sense.
It does make sense. It's called manipulation of my ability to sing the FoodTube theme.
You don't even remember the name of the theme.
FoodTube.
Okay, bye.
Boop. Cabbage.
Oh my god, I don't even know what the sound thing is.